Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news here for you, and the headline of the news reads: Shocking, Gowon shows love for the Igbos as he demands urgent steps to be taken to restore hope and confidence in them. Alright, but before we continue with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. Alright, let's look at the news in detail. The former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, retired on Thursday, canvassed for the restructuring of the country so as to integrate the Igbo into the polity. Gowon, who spoke at the debate for national unity with the theme Federal Character, Restructuring and Rotation of Presidential Power in Nigeria, organized by Igbo Leadership Development Foundation in Abuja, also emphasized that the Igbo nation still remains marginalized 50 years after the Civil War. The other statement, represented by former Deputy Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Dr. Obadiah Mailafia, therefore appeal for urgent steps to be taken to ameliorate the pains of the Igbos. According to him, Nigeria has what it takes to cater adequately for all Nigerians, irrespective of tribe or creed. He further canvassed for the convocation of a constitutional debate on restructuring to holistically observe the imbalances that had kept Nigeria down over the years with a view to making progress and promoting national unity and cohesion. According to him, he said, I believe that a lot of injustice has been done to the Igbos, and a constitutional debate on restructuring must address all imbalances and restore hope and confidence. Nigeria is big enough for all of us, and I believe that the Ndigbos, Middle Belt, and the Yorubas are the true Nigerians, because if you look around our borders, people came from abroad and are still coming, but Ndigbos have always been there, Middle Belt have always been there, even Yorubas have always been there. People who came in yesterday, who have a duty of respect, are now the ones talking. Going forward, we must create a federal democracy that will respond positively to all the aspects, to all the aspirations of our people, not about east-west, but all about working together in equality, bringing in the youths and the women to build a new Nigeria. Gowon stressed that Nigeria remained incomplete without Ndigbos, adding that the nation needed to completely harness the intelligence, creativity, and hard work of the Ndigbos for national growth and development. Gowon further said that he did not make mistake. He further said that God did not make mistake by making Ndigbos part and parcel of Nigeria, and call for justice, equity, and fair play in the display and practice of Nigerian democracy. He explained that while restructuring was critical to national advancement, it must be carried out in an atmosphere of tolerance and love for one another. According to him, he said, I am not a friend of hate speech and bitterness, but a friend of patriotism, because Nigeria is dear to my heart, and I believe in bright future of Nigeria and Ndigbo, and that together we can make our country great. Also speaking, the founder of Gregory University, Ituru, Professor Gregory Ibe, said Nigeria is practicing a unitary system of government that does not cater appropriately for the federating unit as intended by the 1999 Constitution. Ibe, in his keyword address, had emphasized that the present system was a clear departure from the federal system bequeathed to the country by its founding father. According to him, most of the power centers that would have aided the development of states and local administration have been unduly looped in the exclusive list of the federal government, thereby denying the other tiers of powers to operate. They don't therefore call for urgent restructuring to reverse the current political lopsidedness in the land and create the path for national peace, unity, and integration. All right, we have one or two respondents, and we're just going to read and jump straight to looking at the expression and the demands by Gowon towards the Ndigbo. This one said, "This will be the day the arch implementers of unitary rule is now in favor of restructuring. This sure is a major step, even if he seems to only see restructuring as integration of Igbos with the rest. But can this man be trusted to really mean what he's saying?" He said, "Doubtful." All right, let's look at the news and let's go into further analysis. All right, first of all, I want to say one of the things about the relationship between Gowon and the Igbos. Most of them believe that there were countless atrocities that were caused by the likes of Gowon, the likes of Murtala Muhammad, the likes of, Danjuma during the Civil War. Most of them still can't forget when it all started in May 1966. They believe it was a genocide against Igbo. Some said it was a step towards ethnic cleansing, against the Igbos. And most of them still do not forgive, the likes of Gowon, this due to what they feel, kind of pain that they were causing. Some, by calculation, believe not less than 30,000 Igbos, 8,000 to 30,000 Igbos were killed during the Civil War, and they believe it was traceable to the activities of Gowon and the rest. But right now, I think what we are looking at, it's what Nigerians have come to realize fairly recently, and that is the importance of the Igbos. According to his word, he says that the Igbos have been marginalized for the past 50 years. Don't forget that after the war, there was a step towards restructuring, there was a step towards reintegration, and one of the things that were the cardinal words spoken then was that during the Civil War, that there was no vanquish and there was no victor, which therefore mean it was just at a balance point, and which also mean everyone should forget about what had happened and let's still forge ahead as a nation. But with time, due to the level of ethnicity in Nigerians, especially the Hausas, not the Hausas, mostly the Fulanis, taking over power and trying to clean up other ethnic groups and create caliphates everywhere. The Igbos had believed that they have been marginalized greatly, and that there's no hope and confidence in Nigeria anymore, due to the fact that even when democracy was played out, far back 1999, that they have not been included in the picture, especially when it comes to who occupies the Aso Rock. And right now, they have made up their minds that they are going to step aside and push for cessation from Nigeria and get it back. But right now, based on what, for example, a lot of things that have been happening in just this period of time clearly shows that Nigerians are like holding the Igbos on the globe and said, "You guys must not leave." Topmost among those who have done this, which really amazed me, was when the likes of someone like the governor of Kaduna State, El-Rufai, talked about the Igbos, talked about the North, that, hey, you guys have been holding on to power for as long as this. I think it's high time we give the South a chance. And virtually all those who were talking against the Igbos are now saying, hey, we want you guys to come and lead, because we believe that you guys are part of us, and whatever that have happened between you and us, we do not want to see you guys step out of Nigeria. We still want to have one Nigeria, and we want you guys to feature fully, in the process of, building up the country through the process of restructuring. But right now, I think that the whole thing has gone beyond hand, except if, I don't know, if presidency come 2023, they have already rejected it. Igbos have already rejected it. They believe that that time had gone past, and that they still do not want to have a part again, with Nigeria. They want to start up their own family to see how they can become one of the greatest country in Nigeria. And that had been, really, the man at the forefront has been Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been working tirelessly to see it being realized. But right now, the old guns are saying, please come back home. We can correct things. They are demanding that they should be restructuring, that we should come to a point whereby every nation, every region is given the power to cater for his need, to take care of their pressing need. We should come to a point where we begin to work together. And first of all, let's look at what's even this restructuring that we are talking about. So restructuring is what I would call, it's a constitution review strategy that is aimed at bringing government as closely as possible to the people, especially those in the grassroots. So the whole idea of restructuring is, number one, to achieve unity of objective, efficiency, and effectiveness by creating and locating a significant political, economic, social, technological, educational, and legal unit as near as possible to the people at grassroots. Many also believe that this issue of reviewing must come in line, must be anchored on what was documented in 2014 Confab report. And so many people have been, talking about it. Now, know first that restructuring is not a return to regionalism. Restructuring does not also suggest disintegration, as most people think. For example, the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, that was his third line. He believed that a restructuring is actually disintegration. It doesn't mean, breaking up the nation. According to Anglo Abdullahi's, third line also. But restructuring has a lot to do with the closeness of Nigeria, closeness of government to the people in all respect. And that is what virtually everyone is pointing at right now, because the truth is, if this is not done speedily, whereby we begin to encounter development in all respect with the shout and the screaming that we have seen thus far, we are not far from cessation, especially by the Igbos. Now, Gowon is talking about, hey, help these guys out. Let them enjoy being a part of this country, Nigeria. Let them be given a chance to rule this country. Let them also be given a chance to, come to accept the fact that Nigeria is not far away from them, that we are still working together to realize the same objective. I am hopeful that the president will do something about this, because this issue of constitutional review or constitutional amendment has been on the pipeline for quite long. But right now, I think money has been voted for that to be done. But most people believe that everything that will be, brought into place should be anchored on the confab that was had in 2014. It's really amazing that the tides are really in favor of the Igbos right now. People are believing that very soon we'll see them at the corridor of power. But the question is, do the Igbos want the power again? That's what I want us to discuss. Do you think that it's going to be possible for the so-called restructuring to take place with the Igbos still inclusive in this regional